Welcome, Guardians. This is your current president, and you always have to put a current on there, Marcus. And then we got Director at Large, Hubert. This is the 31st episode of Blood, Sweat, and Beers, not tears, because we actually won. So Victory
Tears
Pod.
of joy. That's up for Dallas Trinity.
Yeah, Victory Pod. We can't. Maybe we'll get a week where they both win, and it'll be great.
Oh, it'll be beautiful.
But how are you, man? Are you surviving? I heard you had a long night out.
Yeah, I had a long night last night. Was hanging out with Arjun and Bishop Arts, and we were getting ready to go get just a nightcap at La Reunion in that area, and we stumbled upon a Mexican Independence Day party. And long story short is that we were there a lot longer than we intended, and it was a really fun night.
Yes, and for all that don't know, Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day. So
it's actually the day this podcast is coming out. I think.
Yeah.
It comes out tomorrow, right? Tuesday.
Tomorrow, yes.
Yeah. So I'm wearing my Mexico stuff for Independence Day today.
Yes, indeed. All right, so we're gonna start off with our new tradition, record of the day. I'm doing some cliches. I'm eventually gonna dig in the crates and get some of the rare stuff, but right now we're doing let's see, Jimi Hendrix smash hits, and we don't.
I nearly picked the Hendrix album too. Holy cow!
We know the classics. Purple Haze, Voodoo Child, Hey Joe is one of my favorites. We don't really have to tell anyone anything. We know what it is with Jimmy, right? This is Woodstock. This is the classics right here. So go ahead and pick that up. As you can tell, Still in the Foil has not been opened, so obviously need to crack.
I mean, you could just say Hendrix and enough said.
Yeah. All right, what you got, Hubert?
All right, I'm doing this one for my wife. This is Kira's favorite band, Loud and Swain. If you ever watch a show Supernatural, Rob Benedict, who played God, or Chuck, spoiler alert, he's God. Spoiler alert for the show that came out 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's been over for a while.
This is his band. He's really good. I have trouble telling you what my favorite song is because I don't actually listen to it that much. It's one of those that I like, but I don't really listen to as much. But you got kind of a basic rock vibe, but really good lyricist. I think that's where he really shines. And if you ever have a chance to catch a live show, insanely good show. They throw out kazoos and stuff. It's really cool. But
there you go.
Loud and Swain.
That's where the moneymaker is, especially for smaller bands. You got to do a live show. I do want to shout out this weekend my anime lovers. Me and the wife and a couple of friends went and saw Demon Slayer. So I highly recommend, if you're an anime fan, to definitely check that out. Although to be honest,
worth the hype.
Yes, if you're an anime fan, I'm preaching to the converted, so I don't really have to tell you, but for sure. So, all right, we're going to start off with good news. Victory Pod, Victory Monday, Tuesday, for this. Yours truly, Collin County's own FcDallas 2, and the boys in green 0. The score line I love to see. Should have been 3. I don't think that was an offside. But I guess whatever they say.
I haven't even got a chance to look at that again. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it was close. It was 50-50, one of them things. I guess it didn't really matter in the scheme of the game. But yeah, we did what we were supposed to. Our 9s seem to be the facilitators, right? Either Musa Julio that got called off, or a nasty back heel. And the
second back pass goal or assist for him this year, right?
That is true. Actually, I think they were both to Musa.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, we're just
chemistry. Who knew?
That's a fact. Chemistry, and I want to give Kaique and Romero credit. Although Romero, we're going to talk formation in a minute. Romero was actually playing at right back for a long stretch. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's weird to see him when he moves over like that, because I keep forgetting that supposedly that's a position for him.
Yeah. Whenever they're like, "Oh yeah, he also plays," and I'm like, "Really?" Because I don't see it. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the game? Musa 15. I really think he would be closer, because Messi, for all his greatness, has 19. I think Musa, if he didn't miss 4 or 5 games this year, could easily have been in the Golden Boot race, because the Golden Boot right now is at 21.
Yeah, you got to think how exciting it would be to watch him play with a well put together team.
Yes, I think next year, once we get the back line fixed.
Yeah, assuming Moose is on this team next year, you're talking MLS MVP level performance if things go well.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we both said that. I think at the beginning of the season, though, right? When Lucho came in, we thought he could propel Musa into MVP or Golden Boot territory.
Yeah, I thought that he would be our first 20 goal scorer. Obviously, Jesus hit 18 2 seasons ago.
Right.
I think Jason Christ hit it once, maybe, or 19. I think might be Jason Christ's.
I think all three of them were 18. All three of our people that have done it. I think Kenny Cooper, Jason Christ, and Zeus. I think all got to 18.
Oh, the 18. Well, yeah. So we don't have a 20 goal scorer, and I thought Musa. And to be honest, he still might.
Yeah.
We have 2 more home games, and I think 4 more away or 3 more away, right?
We have
right?
2 home and 2 away.
Oh, we have 4 games. So we have 4 games left. 5 and 4. 1 brace.
They're playing against Colorado in Frisco.
Okay, that's doable. Yeah.
LA Galaxy in Frisco, LA Galaxy in LA, and Vancouver in Vancouver.
Oh, we have 5.
Oh,
so
5?
We have
what
Colorado, Portland, Galaxy. Wait,
right.
you play Galaxy back to back?
Yeah, it's the one that got moved from a while.
Oh, that's right. It got moved for Leagues Cups. Yeah, so we play Galaxy on the 4th and then Galaxy on the 11th.
Yeah.
So home here and then away.
The LA Galaxy home game is at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yes.
It's the one that a group of us are going to try to go to the LA Galaxy FcDallas game, and then we're going to drive up to Sherman to watch Texoma play that night.
Yeah, we're going to do a double header for sure.
Yeah.
You know, if rumors are true, it might be a farewell season for them. But so we're definitely going to show up in force. Well, but yeah, so what are your thoughts on the game? Yeah, I mean, it's next year will still be a big growth year, but I think we got to be realistic here in the system. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the game? Us against the broccoli crew.
Yeah, you know what? I actually thought it was a fun game. Like actually kind of enjoyable game to watch. I think a neutral would have had fun.
Yeah.
Which I feel like we haven't had a lot of those this year. So I thought the team probably looked the most organized they had most of the season, which is kind of nice on the front and in the back. I just am enjoying watching Farrington's chemistry with Musa just constantly developing, which is really cool. I know not a lot of teams do that double striker partnership anymore, and it's fun to see when it works out. Osaze just constantly growing into the role that he's doing has been really exciting. I love that he's just trolling on the field now. Like, I go back to the Falcone interactions he had against Miami, but they left the field and they were best friends. I'm sure he and Brad Stuber were not shaking hands after the game.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's an antagonist. You need that guy who's just like, don't play with me, and we haven't had that since.
What, Blas?
I mean, Blas was definitely, yeah. I mean, Gresso was that guy too for a while.
Yeah, you're right. Gresso's a good one. I can't forget about that. That matters.
But so barring the scoreline, I'm gonna read the stat line for you guys. This is not great, right? I mean, we won, so we had 15 shots, 7 on target to their 12-3. Jacob definitely had a better, easier second game than the first one. He got to relax for sure. That's how you want it. You want to show your worth, and then you want the rest of the games to be relatively easy. Possession at home still not great. 40 us, 60 them. Passes 320 to 460. Passing accuracy, which is a thing sometimes I don't put too much credence in that because that could just be the back line passing the ball back and forth to raise the passing accuracy.
You can add those numbers.
Yeah, and then obviously, the offside 2 us won them. So no red cards. The yellows weren't really that much. 19 fouls on us to 7 to them. So, 19 committed by us, 7 committed by them. That seems excessive.
I mean, they were on the ground a lot. I don't know.
That is true.
Might not equate to anything, but they were on the ground quite a bit. Yeah, on the possession thing, Nico seems to like doing the possession thing, and I don't know if it's you or my brother that recently pointed out to me how they measure possession. It's by passing between allied players, right?
Yeah, it's based on pass, not how. If you just keep the ball in the clock, apparently that doesn't count as possession. So that was a weird thing to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'm not surprised that a Nico Esteves team that likes to pass way too much, whether they need to or not, had high possession. Although I'd still like to have more than that at home.
Yeah, 50-50 at home is the minimum for me.
Yeah, I would be much happier if that was the case because we did have the ball a few times. Obviously, at the end, we hunkered down and counterattacked, which it was kind of cool to see this team actually pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna say like I'm not on the Chris Kappas train, to be completely honest with you. He's
This is
not giving me
yeah.
he's not giving me anything I wouldn't have gotten from, you know, other people who are no longer here right now.
This is the
So
first game that I thought I could see some what he brought to the table. I didn't think it
yeah,
was in a mind-blowing way, but I did like that he was kind of up at people's faces, and he did a little bit of enforcement, which I enjoyed.
yeah.
But I to your point, you could get that from other players. I guess it depends on his value, right? It's nice that he's got an American citizenship that keeps him from being an international. I don't know how much he makes though.
I mean, we can always look that up. Well, no, I guess he came in the league after
Yeah,
the
because he
league
came too
started.
late, so we have no
So
idea.
yeah, so we'll
I
find
guess
out.
I'll decide on his price tag, but I did like that he was up in people's
I
face.
mean,
And
he's not
you
a
know,
DP. He's like
no,
I said, he's a domestic player who went to Netherlands, right?
I
I
don't
think
remember where he ended up
somewhere
at this
Sweden,
point.
somewhere like a secondary European league. Which again, that's quality, obviously,
Yeah,
and I
right,
appreciate that
right.
he.
That's FcDallas quality.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, he may have been one of the players that got caught up in academy rules where territorial
He
rights.
did.
So
Yeah,
like
he
his
was
rights
technically
was somebody
Houston's right.
else's.
Yeah.
There you go. So he had to leave in order to come back.
We have twisted
Um,
that story to say that he did not want to play for Houston.
yeah, of course. Like obviously, fuck Houston
But
always.
I think his career started fizzling a little in Europe too. Like I think he
I
kind of
mean,
stagnated.
yeah,
Stagnated's
kind
a
of.
better word, not
He
fizzle.
was he was still getting minutes.
Yeah.
I think he tried to do what a lot of Americans do, right? You go to a secondary, I'm not saying second tier, secondary league. So either the Netherlands, Sweden, Dutch, whatever, and then
Yeah.
you perform and you're hoping you get into a top 5
Right.
league, right? That didn't happen for him, at least not quickly enough. And when you have a US passport in MLS still has this flaw of overpaying Americans who go to Europe and then come back.
And that's the
Uh,
only flaw.
yeah, well, yes, there we go. So I'm assuming he's north of a half a mil player here, which is solid for his position. That's he can make a great living in Texas where you don't have state income tax,
Yeah.
making a
He
half a
was
mil.
in Norway
Norway, there you go. That's what I knew it was
in
one
the
of
second
the
division.
no, well he when he originally went, he was in the first division. So
Yes,
unless
yeah,
he
he was
got
in the first
relegated,
division. Yeah,
yeah,
the first team he went to was we don't have to get into it, but Denmark, and then he went to Brøndby, who we've played a lot in the preseason lately. Brøndby is Danish as well. And then he got loaned out a couple of times and then ended up in Norway at Viking. And he got moved down to Viking 2 in the second division, and then we picked him up. He only played at Viking 2 games before we got him. It
okay.
looks like.
So yeah, it was. I'm assuming the usual story: new manager, you're not in the plans. Time
Yeah.
for you to move on,
Yeah.
which
I
happened.
obviously this was me just reading a Wikipedia page, so it could easily be all wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's trends. Oh, is it trans market is the other one? Although sometimes that's
That's
wrong
where I
too.
should have gone, probably.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But so I mean, we can. It's a W. It's a W late in the season. We have a game in hand on the table of the people above us, so um, that's helpful.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
really.
I'm sure the Vegas odds of us making playoffs went up after this one a little bit.
Yeah, like so pretty much we're gonna have to sweep the Galaxy in those 2 games.
Yeah, do you
Um
think they have that in them?
the Galaxy still suck, so there's still that.
Have they not been
Um
resurgent lately? Or am I imagining things?
no, yeah, they have, but
Not that
they
they have
suck.
anything to play for at this
Yeah,
point,
it's
but
just one of them things like you're not making the playoffs and you didn't win anything. Like you got knocked out of the Leagues Cup. Um let me check here.
yeah, let me go look at their form. All right, they've won out of their last 5, they've won 2, lost 1, tied 2. So
Yeah.
I guess
So
that's not a phenomenal form or anything like that.
what's our
Uh,
form? Right. We've
yeah. Well, and remembering that I guess the resurgence I'm talking about was probably Leagues Cup. So
yeah. They focused on trying to get that trophy
yeah,
and it didn't work out. So the league's basically gone for them. So I will say, so based on this lineup, I think it was a good win. I think people are coming together. I think I need to stop saying I think Eric Quill is maybe finally figuring out where these guys should play. Maybe it's too late right now.
yeah, I would say that probably. Like even if you sneak into playoffs, it's like I mean, what are you going to do with it?
Kamungo getting, I think this is his 3rd goal for the season. I don't know. I think next season, I don't think he's in Quill's plans, assuming Eric's still here next year.
Yeah, I'm
That was,
curious to see what his game plan was with Bernie, right? Because like Bernie was this guy, or he was the guy that brought Bernie in before, right?
Yeah, and Bernie's still quality. He just
Yeah.
doesn't fit this formation.
Yeah,
Moore is still hit or miss for me.
I did think Moore had a decent chunk of time when he was in this game,
Yeah,
but you know,
it's hard to really judge. It's just here. Let me put it this way: if this is our starting lineup next season, I'm really fucking pissed off.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's no reason this should be. It's too
I need a
many
20.
question marks,
Yeah,
man.
I need a 25% turnover on this roster. At least
Yeah,
25%. A lot of the
yeah,
young
I need
guys.
some movement, and like if those young guys don't progress, like come on.
Yeah, like Pedrino, I think he may have got into Quill's bad side with the whole Lucho outlaid curfew nonsense. So he may have behaved himself out of the lineup.
It's hard to know, right? Because he came in late in this one, right?
Yeah,
Had a
but
couple good
that's
runs,
minutes. You know,
but
you're
that's
giving kids
probably
minutes.
minutes. I don't know. We'll see. He's played him a few times after Lucho left. Just
Yeah,
minutes though, like you said, it wasn't like full matches.
yeah.
But we'll see. Patrickson Delgado is continuing to be just, oh, that was cool, and then what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's still, like I said, I need 25% turnover on this roster.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And
it's like
we got guys loaned out that I'm assuming aren't coming back here. Like I don't expect to see Santi back on this roster.
right at this point.
Tarek Scott, I think, will probably end up in USL Championship unless a MLS team is willing to get him. Who else do
And
we
good
have
for
on
him. I
loan?
think he'll do all right at that level.
I mean, I don't know if you saw the Colorado Springs game.
Oh, no.
He had multiple bites of the apple. He eventually got the goal.
Yeah.
But he had an open sitter coming from the right, wide open, skied it. The other one, the goalkeeper came across and saved it. And then the one he scored, he missed it first, and then got luckily the rebound came right back to him, and then he tapped it in. And I'm like, sometimes by hook or by crook, you gotta make it happen. So yeah, we won 2-0 against our non-rivals. Next game is Portland. Oh, sorry. Next game is home against Colorado on the 20th.
That might as well be a 6-pointer, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is one we definitely have to get. If you look at the table, we are no, sorry, not the East, the West. We are tied with Salt Lake, but they have played one more game than us. We are a point behind San Jose, and they played one more game than us. Oh no, sorry. We've played one more game than Salt Lake, but we've played one less game than both Colorado and San Jose.
Okay,
So,
and there's a team above us somewhere that's played 2 less than us, right?
the Galaxy. I mean, sorry, no, LAFC is on 27.
Oh, that's way up. Yeah,
we're not
I thought it was
catching
further up. Oh yeah,
no.
I'm thinking about the race for the actual conference. Yeah, Vancouver's got 2 less games than the people above them. That's what I was thinking about. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, San Diego winning the Shield their first year would be something for sure.
Yeah, they're not on great form right now, right?
I mean, again, but still leading by still too clear of second. Here are some results from match day 33. We had some defense optional games here.
No joke. What a weird week.
Yeah, Atlanta, Columbus.
USL had a weird week too. We were just talking about that.
We did, yeah. We'll check in on that around the grounds. But yeah, Atlanta, Columbus, 4-5. Like we were just playing against cones at that point. The San Jose LAFC in was it Levi Stadium? So that's when they moved for the big game.
Yeah.
50,000 came out to see Son.
Dang, I didn't realize that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and they only sold the lower bowl.
Shoot, that's incredible.
That is what I mean. When Zlatan was here, they did the whole stadium. He got, I think, 65. So
it's just like you've been talking about this plenty of times. It's crazy that more games haven't been moved to another venue. For the
Columbus
games, especially.
Columbus is the only one that moved it to Cleveland, and people were pissed off because it's different. It's different moving it to the NFL stadium in your town. The fact that you move to a different city entirely is ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess I wonder what it would have happened if they had moved like the Miami game here to the Cotton Bowl or something.
Oh, we would have gotten 50-ish easy light work.
I think so too.
On a Saturday night prime time. Oh, and the first year he came in as well too. But that was
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That was fun.
yeah. And then this Philly game, I don't want anyone to read too much into them. They're in the Open Cup final on Tuesday, so they
Yeah.
played nobody.
Now I'll be honest with you. I get chasing the Open Cup silverware, but Philly is the team that's above Vancouver, one of the teams above Vancouver in this Shield race. So it's definitely interesting to see number 1 and number 6 go at it, and 6 could still catch number 1 on this one.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
this is it's a good result for Vancouver. I think Philadelphia will brush it off, like you said. Like, yeah, we're chasing silverware in the other cup. So,
and also I find it funny. They're trying to make Thomas Miller a thing. They're trying to make him Son as well. Like, oh, we have another star. He's not that. All his goals have been penalties. So he's now the real Pinaldo, as people, soccer fans, will know what I mean by that.
I mean, that's still Danny Bouanga for me, but I get what you mean.
No, fair enough. I mean, it's all penalties. Like, I don't. He's not mobile. I mean, he wasn't banging in goals anyway later in his career, but the fact that we're trying to be like, oh yeah, he's still on top of his game. Like, I watched the Vancouver game and I'm like, he's not there. He reminds me of Marco Royce when he first got here. Now Marco's played himself into good shape.
Yeah, he's definitely earned where he's at now, at least. Like, he's finally into it. But yeah, I get what you're saying. How many goals has Miller scored? I'm gonna take a look at that.
Three penalties.
Quick. Yeah, wow, that's sad.
So,
that bums me out.
Oh wait, no, it's an Open Cup semifinals. I thought it was the final. Okay, so we have the Open Cup. Open Cup semifinals. Lamar Hunt, U.S. Open Cup. My apologies. Tomorrow, today, whenever this pod goes out, Nashville plays Philly and Minnesota plays Austin on Wednesday for the semifinals. So that should be tune in. I think they are on Paramount Plus. Yes, Paramount Plus has the remainder of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. So yeah, this is MLS Match Day 32. Big W for us. It's still a rough road for us to make it in the playoff. If we can get the double against the Galaxy, I think that will go a long way in basically helping us get there. We don't control our own destiny, so the teams above us kind of have to blow the games they have in hand.
Yeah, we could theoretically win out and not make it.
Well, no, I think if we win out, we'll make it.
Well, I mean, numbers wise,
yeah.
If we win out, we got a great chance. But we could still win out and not make it.
Yeah.
You're talking about not controlling our destiny. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're gonna go across town to the other professional team here in the Metroplex. Let's shout out the
Dallas Cowboys for beating the New York Giants while Dennis isn't here.
That's a fact.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's too funny. So we're gonna talk about Dallas Trinity and the Gainsbridge.
I don't want
Super League. Yeah, I mean, we're every week now. We're getting some clean sheets, so that's really good. So, what are your thoughts? Did you catch any of this game?
I have not had the opportunity to watch any of this game. I've read people's write-ups. I've heard what people had to say about it, but unfortunately, I did not have a chance to watch this, given the turn my weekend took, especially yesterday. Which I think you said you got to watch some, right? So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I always make sure I get to at least the highlight package for the ladies. The scoreline pretty much dictates what you think it should be. Sometimes a 4-1 is not really a 4-1. This one was handedly taken care of here. Fort Lauderdale is a solid team. Obviously, own goals don't help.
Yeah, that sucks. I was bummed to read that.
But the upside is we're still top of the league.
Yeah, I mean, you get yourself a cushion if you win a few in a row at the beginning.
Yeah.
So cushion's gone, but
Yeah, I mean, we're 1 point clear. Obviously, it's staggered schedule. So we have 4 games. Several teams have 3, and
we're at 500 away. All right.
Yeah, and Spokane has 5 somehow. I guess one team will always have at least one more than everybody else.
Yeah, I'm going to be really frustrated looking at the table all season because of this. I understand it's just growing pains, but man, it's going to be annoying.
Yeah, and then we have the championship hangover. I guess the same thing the Galaxy are going through. Tampa Bay Sun is lavishing at the bottom of the table.
At least Galaxy were able to be like, we lost our star player for the year. I don't know what happened in Tampa.
I mean, so the way this is going the last couple of seasons is that so like Fort Lauderdale just signed 7 or 8 academy girls to their squad, so
Yeah.
they're like really heavy on the youth, which is the whole point of this system anyway, right? So you have the
Right.
USLW, and so I've been doing some like research. So apparently they have academy contracts where you're signed and paid, but your eligibility for college stays intact.
Yeah,
Which
I know it's an interesting setup.
I didn't know that was still an issue given the fact that NIL makes it so that you get paid to
Right.
play in college anyway. So I was confused as to why being a professional and then going to college, you still, but yeah, it was, let's shout out to Amber with the late goal consolation in the 73rd minute.
Yeah, we'll take it.
It's just one of them things. We can go down the stats right quick. Shots 17 them, 14 us, on target 6 them, 4 us. Possession 65-35.
Yikes. Oh, wow.
Passes 520 to 270. Like that's
Doubling them almost.
Passing accuracy 82% them, 69 us. So
Nice.
yeah, we had a rough game. 11 fouls committed, 1 yellow card, 2 offsides, 3 corner. Like we were thoroughly handled. And I think this is the issue we're going to have here because, as we discussed earlier, Trinity is on an extended travel schedule right now, so they don't
Right.
have a home game for the next month. Well, no, they come home halfway for the
Yeah, I guess you want to consider the friendly.
in the Cotton Bowl, yes, but they're on the road a lot.
Yeah, all the comments I've read and heard after the game from coach and players and stuff like that have been pretty, I guess, dismissive of this game. Kind of like, yeah, well, it happened. We're moving on to the next one.
Yeah, it's
So
still early.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's early. Things happen. I don't know.
Yeah, it's early. You're 4 games into what 20? What are we 26? Like it's a long season,
Yeah.
and you get a winter break in the middle to reload and come again. So yeah, it's just pretty good. Sporting Jacks finally got a decent crowd. The weather held up for them.
Yeah, that's good.
They got
Given how many
7,000.
season tickets they sold.
Yeah, they got 7,000 in the stadium. So that was really good. The Zephyr, shout out to the ownership group of the Spokane, Velocity, and Zephyr. Your budget has to be ridiculous just for travel because you are on
Yeah,
an
right.
island. I think for the men's USL one get some help next season. They get a couple of closer teams, but yeah, for
that'll
right
help.
now,
Yeah. No, that's crazy. Travel costs are insane. I can't imagine what their travel budget looks like compared to any of the other teams really. Before we leave Dallas Trinity game specifically, shout out to Carolyn Swan. Carolyn Swan made a professional debut, 16 years old. And that's really exciting. And she's from Dallas, academy stuff. So always fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, ECNL teams here, women's teams specifically, perform really well. They produce.
They've been doing it for a long time.
We never had a team for them to go to, and we currently do now. We can talk about the business arrangement about whether or not USL Super League and NWSL eventually are going to have to merge, and because NWSL CEO commissioner, I don't really know how that works, said they want to get to 32 teams. The only way that works is if you swallow up.
Yeah.
And I don't know what all these soccer executives are chasing the NFL. You don't need 32 teams.
Yeah, man. I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them things. But yeah, shout out to Peacock, still the cheapest thing streaming.
Although they're going up, aren't they?
Yeah, but still the cheapest thing streaming. Trinity plays when is their next away game? Who are they playing next? Away.
Yeah, I mean that's the only real question there. Hold on, I don't remember who it is.
Saturday, they're playing in Tampa Bay. Yeah, is this their Florida stretch? I think this is their Florida
stretch. They've got like 3 Florida games.
Yeah, they already played Jacks, then Fort Lauderdale. Next on Saturday the 20th, they're going to play Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay.
Well, just to go through what their away trip is real quick. All right, so it was Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa Bay, Lexington, Spokane.
Yep. And then
They're back on the 2nd of November against DC Power.
Against DC Power. So yeah, let's if you haven't already, go to DallasTrinity.com, get your gear, get your tickets, support the ladies. If you can, if you're already going to be at the State Fair, tickets are reasonable for that Trinity Club America game. So I recommend. I will be there. I'm not a big fair fan, but I'm going to try to run the numbers up for the ladies. I think it would be great to get 10,000 plus in there would be pretty awesome. I know they have larger ambitions, but if they can get 10,000 plus, I think.
I mean, you got to be happy with 10,000, right?
Yeah, for sure. So that's pretty dope. I'm looking forward to the growth of this league. I get why they started the way they started, but they need to get to 12, 14 relatively quickly, and they need to go out west relatively quickly.
Yeah.
I think the only Western team on the schedule right now that's verbally committed is Boise. They're going to start in 27. The Cosmos said they're also starting, but we don't have a year. I'm assuming also 27. And when they say 27, fall of 27. Right. I don't want us to have 9 teams running for another 2 years. So I'm hoping some of these. Yeah, I'm hoping some of these teams commit a little sooner than
too much familiarity, man. Too much.
Yeah, 9 teams is 10 minimum next season. I'm hoping one more team.
I would like that.
In, just so we can have an even home and away 20 games, keep it going. But again, I don't know how long Washington investors are going to be willing to spend those travel costs. And Spokane's not a major airport, so I'm pretty sure they're going to have to do connections to get to most of these places.
Well, it's like talking about Texoma, right? I think Peter was talking about that on the Third Degree podcast recently. Like when Texoma travels far away, if they're doing a flight, are they driving down to DFW for that?
Yes, they are.
Which it's a little miserable just when you're figuring in. That's all. Like, yeah, you got to drive to the nearest big airport, unless you chartered something at a small airport,
which you're not
take off from there. Which you're not going to do. Things you don't think about at first.
Yeah, it is a major market, and then in 3 years when McKinney opens their national airport, that will help because that's off 75.
Yeah.
But yeah, you either have to drive down to Love Field if you're taking Southwest or DFW if you're taking basically anybody else. So yeah, no, that's travel costs are more an issue across the board, but they're more acute when you're in a small market because they're very few. Like Tampa Bay is Tampa St. Pete major market, so they can go basically anywhere. But again, Spokane and Lexington, you're driving to the next biggest town in order.
What's Lexington's next biggest? Is that going to be like
Louisville?
Louisville? I was going to say like Knoxville or something, but that's not even that big.
No, not yet. So, and Lexington is not really that small. I think metro area is still like 700,000. It's a big city.
Yeah, not a big airport city though.
Yes, fair enough. So that is Gainsbridge Super League this week. Shout out to Trinity. They will rebound for sure. The quality is there, but I think this travel, because I'm assuming they fly home every time, even though they have 3 games back to back in Florida. I'm pretty sure they fly back because hotel costs.
I feel like we've seen travel images, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, because if it was like a Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, then I say stay because traveling back is probably more expensive than staying in the hotel for the week.
Yeah, and I just can't imagine them staying out for like half a month like that.
Yeah, basically 3 weeks. Like, that would only make sense if I was doing the scheduling. I would do Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, and then you'd be like, you might as well just stay the entire week, then fly back and forth. But yeah, so shout out to the ladies, Peacock, also watch party at our sponsor, Community Brewing Company off Commonwealth in downtown Dallas. So we are going to move slightly to other women's soccer news. So we WSL had issues earlier with heat. We always want to remind people that these athletes are human, and we don't want to see this. I just wanted to make a note. So this game was the Seattle Reign versus Racing Louisville. Yes, I think that's what it is. The game was canceled after a player collapsed. News reports as of this recording is that she is stable and talking. So I just want to make a note of that and hope everything's all right. We never want to see these players. You know, we never want to see anything like this. We've had, you know, if you followed soccer or internationally, you've known we've had players collapse and die on the field.
Yeah, we've had people die and come back even. I mean, it's wild stuff.
Yeah,
I think
so
there's even, I wish I could remember who it was, legendary, I think Scottish player that scored a goal, celebrated, and I think died of a heart attack. Like there's some crazy stuff that happens.
yeah,
I'm glad they decided to postpone the game.
yeah,
I like that we're seeing that more often for things like this. Like what was the Seattle incident that happened?
yes,
Uh, they decided to call the game there, and the coaches agreed. I'm glad it's more of that because yeah, they're humans,
yes,
and like
and
it affects the psyche of the whole team too. It's not just like this one player you're worried about.
yes. We know some bigger organizations, they would just continue the game. We're not going to point out what or who, but yeah. Different sport. I'm not talking about soccer. We know some other sports where you have traumatic brain injuries and guys are collapsed on the field and they're like, all right, well, let's wait 15 minutes and keep it going. And I'm like, but I guess
Yeah, we'll just say we don't think they're doing a good job.
no, we don't. We don't either. But yeah, so we'll hope for a speedy recovery
Yeah,
there from Savannah. Uh, you know, again, we support the team. We might criticize players' performance, but not them as human beings, and we always want to remind people of that.
yep.
So, all right, so we're gonna get to this is gonna be a really short episode. We're cutting it a little quick, so we're gonna get to around the grounds. This week's highlighted team is going to be Greenville Triumph in Greenville, South Carolina. Yes, South
I believe
Carolina.
so. Yes.
No, I saw the flag right there. I was like the crescent moon and the palm tree. I don't know that. I mean, love it, but I don't get the connection.
I
They
mean, they got
are.
some like sandy beaches and stuff there.
Oh no, for sure. The Carolinas have like low key, sneaky good beaches.
Yo,
It's
for
just that you
real.
don't
People
think of
don't
it.
talk
Yeah,
about that enough. Yes.
yeah.
The
They're like,
Carolinas are oddly beautiful. There's a reason there's so many old families in that area.
yeah,
They
and
took the
even like,
land and they're like, we're staying here.
yeah. Well, luckily, parts of, especially South Carolina, some of those African American communities have been there since, and that land has stayed in the family. So I do
Yep.
respect, especially the southern part, northern Georgia. They've like really made an effort to stay in that neighborhood, no matter come hell or high water, as they like to
Yeah.
say.
Love it. Yeah. You get out
Um,
there and all the hollers. You got the Appalachians and everything there. You go
yeah,
further up and Blue
it,
Ridge. It's beautiful.
yeah, it's gorgeous country out there. So they are building 20, sorry, brain freeze, 10,000 seat stadium that's supposed to open in 2026. So the issue I'm having here, I love it. And if you notice in this picture, Brazilian legend apparently
See
somehow
that.
found
Yeah.
his way to South Carolina of all places. Now, I don't know if this is a marketing ownership deal where you say you're an owner just so I can use you for marketing type thing.
Ronaldinho's been getting around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
I'm
if
not
it's
mad about it.
no, no. I'm again. It's just no one would think, right? You're a Brazilian legend, and let's for the listeners who aren't aware, this man is an absolute legend. There's no question about that.
Oh God.
Like
Yeah.
all the skill checks you've ever seen in any video game, they probably were inspired by him. He
Yeah. Go
was,
watch a 2-hour compilation
yeah, he was
of it on
absolutely
YouTube.
untouchable for a while there. Barcelona, great. Brazilian, great. Where else did he play? He played in Italy, right?
He played in Mexico as well.
Did he go to Mexico late in his career? Yeah, like
Yeah. Yeah. He
uh,
played at Milan, right? Was it Milan?
yeah, I think it's Milan,
Yeah.
Barcelona. I'm
I'll
trying.
get you a
Yeah,
list. You keep talking. I'll get you a
yeah.
list.
He's traveled. So either way, so as you can look at the map here, that's an integral part of the growth. They're an existing team. They currently play at a university on some dog awful turf with purple paint on it, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Horrible.
they definitely need an upgrade. If you look on this here, they also have the USL women's team, which is the Liberty. So I'm
Interesting.
hoping this is with a new stadium. Hopefully that's a team, depending on the ownership group. Hopefully that's a team that can eventually end up in the Super League. Like I said,
Would love it.
it's a 10,000 seat stadium. If you want to look at where USL Super League is going to expand, just look at the combined map of USL One and USL Championship, because I think at this point, I don't think there are going to be any teams except for the Minnesota Aurora. I really hope they pick the Super League. We can talk about that at a later date, but that's a women's USLW team. They average 4,000 per game. They play at the Minnesota Vikings training facility, which is a 7,000 seat stadium.
Wow.
I don't know why NFL teams have 7,000 seat stadiums at their training facility,
stadiums,
but we will take it either way.
Yeah.
They were bidding for a NWSL team, but Denver won with $160 million bid.
Wow.
And the owner doesn't seem very interested in dropping $160 million. And USL Super League offers you the ability to play in Division One while playing a tenth of that cost. Really?
Yeah.
So
that's a wild difference.
Yes, it is. So this is our 2026. I'm hoping I couldn't. So this is the issue I'm having. I can't find any. We showed you Fort Wayne. They have cracked the ground, foundation poured, steel going up. This we did in March. So in March of this year, they did the ceremony. Ronaldinho came out. They moved some shovels around. They even painted the team colors, which I thought was hilarious. And
yeah, that's corny, but it's cool.
No,
I guess
shovel ceremonies are always corny to me.
I agree with you. We're breaking ground. Okay, man. Like,
yeah, cool. And whenever they're breaking ground, the ground's already been broken because it's already been flattened out. Like, we're breaking it.
Well, I feel like it's for the owners' egos half the time at this
point.
No,
it is. It's a new story, basically.
Right.
But yeah, so I can't find any news. I can't find new renderings. I can't find any photographs. I've been on Reddit posts trying to find anyone who lives nearby or team people. Like, hey, drive by and go take a picture of the stadium. I haven't gotten back yet. If I do, I will bring it up. There was an interview done by the chief operating officer, and he was being very squirrely on opening dates. He did reaffirm it is 2026, but based on that, I assume this stadium will not be built and ready for March. It will be probably they're aiming for grand opening right after final kick of the World Cup, which I think is June. End of June is when the World Cup should end.
So you're saying that they're basically the FC Dallas of USL 1 right now. Stadium getting built, nightmare season, and just trying to thrive on hype right now.
Yes, pretty much.
Because they're having a terrible year, right?
They are not doing great. They're doing better than Westchester, which is an expansion team, so I'm not really too upset about it.
And by the way, I got the list of teams Ronaldinho played for, all right? He started in Grêmio in Brazil. Then he went to France to PSG. Then he went to Barcelona in Spain, where I think, like most people, will know his performances from. Went to AC Milan for a couple of years in Italy. Went back to Brazil to play for Flamengo and Atlético Mineiro, which I think is also Brazil. And then he went to Mexico for a season at Querétaro. And then he went back to Brazil again and played for Fluminense, and that was it. But yeah, incredibly skilled player. Go watch his videos. Like, at minimum, just look up his time at Barcelona.
Yeah,
remember that he was with Messi in the early years.
Yeah, he is. All right, let's just put it this way. He's one of the lost generation. He's the Kaká era. He's one of the guys who were top tier. Oh, Kaká won the Ballon d'Or. I think he was the last guy before the Messi Ronaldo run, right? I think Kaká was the last guy.
Probably. I don't know that for a fact, but I think so.
And then it was broken up by Modric, and then we went back to Messi, and then now that neither of them playing Europe, because we know the Ballon d'Or is very Europe centric.
Oh God, yeah.
I actually don't know who's going to win this year, and to be honest, I really don't care.
Yeah, I am excited that it's a competition again.
Yeah, but it's one
for what it's worth.
It'll probably be Robert Lewandowski, and I'm like, he can bang in goals, but he is not the level of Ronaldo or Messi at their peak. So, yeah, but we'll take it. But yeah, so shout out to the Greenville and Triumph and Liberty. Looking forward to this new stadium. I think next week we might do the Cosmos. There's not really a stadium built. The stadium is already built, but we might use them as our team of the week. Later in the year, once I can get some images of Corpus Christi on the south, they're doing a modular stadium. So they're doing a turf field. So the field's already down, lines are already painted. They're doing academy and youth soccer there currently. But because it's a modular stadium, they only need 90 days to put it up. So
yeah, it's pretty cool.
And it's in the South, so it's not like they have to worry about winter. So they can do that at any point. But I am getting a little worried that nothing has been done yet.
Yeah, that's concerning.
But the owner is committed. So we discussed this last time. It's 180 days is when you have to nail down whether or not a team is coming. So in October, USL has their yearly meeting early October. So all the owners are going to fly in to, I think, Tampa Bay, where they're headquartered. That's when we will know which teams are playing next year. So that's when news is going to come out whether or not our local team is committed to being in the league next year. I think everyone.
It's coming up quick.
Yeah, the only one the three teams I'm worried about here are Texoma, Georgia Tormenta, and Westchester. The Westchester owner, I think, rushed in order to get into the season. They're doing terrible. They're at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
They're averaging about 1,700. I think he was hoping to average about north of 3,000. So it really depends on whether or not he wants to commit more funds. I think all these teams will commit. Again, it's a World Cup year. Ending your team in a World Cup year, probably not the best of ideas, in my opinion. So
it would be very sad.
Yeah, so shout out to them. We can also just talk about, so these are the...
Wait, what was your third team you're worried about? You said Westchester, Georgia, and...
Texoma.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, Texoma. So yeah, these are the scores.
Yep.
The defense optional weekend continued. We have Loudoun 2, San Antonio 5, and this really escalated like late in the game.
Yeah, that game took off. I stopped paying attention at one point, and I was like, "Wait, what happened?"
Yeah, and then the shootout, Tampa Bay switchbacks. So yeah, it was it's late in the season, legs are getting tired. Teams that aren't going to the playoffs are kind of giving up. So yeah, it was definitely a shootout. So shout out to lower league soccer for sure. USO. Check out. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you hear about the Detroit City FC stuff that happened this past week?
Yeah, they had an employee arrested. And
I think it's like their lead content creator or something like that.
Yeah, it's and obviously he was fired. More interesting story about Detroit is that their privately financed stadium is now asking for almost $100 million in
good times.
I knew they were going to ask for some money.
Yeah,
because the hospital that they're demolishing apparently had some flooding issues, and because it wasn't a hospital and there's some contamination, they can't just like pump the water out into the system. They have to get trucks to pump the water out and dump it somewhere else while they so there's an additional cost to this. Is why you shouldn't let abandoned buildings stay abandoned. Either blow it up or maintain it. We can't have things like this where you abandon the building and then when a developer comes in, taxpayers have to then go in and fund the cleanup of the building.
Well, and like we've seen it at a Toyota Stadium, even that elevator shaft that everybody talks about that makes it smell terrible over by the old team store.
Oh yes,
like
I think they're finally fixing that. I think they're finally developing
hopefully,
that to what it needs
hopefully.
to be. Yeah. So yeah, it's one of them things like we should not be. Buildings should be if you're going to use eminent domain on anything, it should be a building that's been abandoned for X amount of years, not being used and being a public nuisance. So all shopping malls that have been sitting there empty needs to go. All that stuff, because especially if you can't tell me we have a housing problem and I see massive parking lots with nothing being done to them, at all. So that's your episode.
We're about to go on a rant. Yeah, let's
I was like,
we're about to let loose.
yeah. That's our episode of Around the Ground. Shout out to Greenville. Like I said, next week I think we're going to do the Cosmos. That seems to be what people want to hear. That does our best numbers. We have a video from July that does 20 views a week, so we'll take it. So yeah, are there any other points or shout outs you want to make before we head out of here?
No. Just support local, drink local, that kind of stuff. Keep on doing that thing. Ronaldinho won a Ballon d'Or, by the way. He did win one.
Did he?
And, that's about all I got.
Absolute legend, and he's not the managerial type, but I would definitely, once the stadium is built, like we need to hire him as manager for a couple of games. Like, hey,
yeah, that'd be fun.
So before we leave, side note, I've actually thought about this. Is like, it'd be pretty dope. USL needs to start getting their own Sons and Messi. So we need to get players who are slightly washed up, but they have a big enough name. And I'm thinking Neymar. If we can fund his salary,
get Neymar to USL,
get Neymar to the championship, he can definitely fill some seats.
Could you imagine him playing on some of these fields though?
No, he would definitely be picky. But I'm talking about like the bigger stadiums. If we can get him in Birmingham, that stadium fits what, 20-something thousand seats. Louisville, they would sell out. That's a 15,000 seat. Get him in Oakland.
Oh man.
Oh, we could Bentley.
That's the dream. Let's go. Yeah.
Get him in Oakland, and he only plays home games. So he.
It's probably a good contract right there. Yeah.
No, I'm telling. Especially he's not in Brazil's dream. He's not in Brazil's rotation, at least for the World Cup. Having him come here in a World Cup year.
Yeah.
Someone can fund his salary $1 million US. I think he can sell out a couple of games and fund himself. But yeah, like Hubert says, support local soccer, support local breweries, and like, share, and subscribe if you would, please. What happened?
I just have to say it. Happy Mexican Independence Day.
Without a question. No matter what's going on in the streets, we know. When it comes to this sport, we know who the supporters are. We know why we support this game. So, yes, support local soccer, support local breweries. Happy actual Mexican Independence Day, not that shit they do in May. Yeah. And like, share, and subscribe. Guardians out.